Hi guys, welcome to my Flosstube. Today is Monday, May the 24th. I am super late, to which I apologise. I've had another week. It's been a week and a bit and I'm already reaching for my coffee. Oh, I've just remembered it's there. How are you all doing today? Is everybody okay? Has everybody had a good week? I've had a good week. It's been absolutely fine. It's just been long. You know, I do long hours now. And I'm still not quite back up to full capacity. I'm now doing, I'm only 4 hours down from my full amount of hours now, so, and it turns out that I am doing a lot more hours at the golf club than I ever thought I would. So it's for right now, it's brilliant because I can really use the extra. I'm paid by the hour, so I could really use the extra hours, and I'm perfectly fine with it. Just leaves me a little tired. Okay, first things first. I'm going to insert a funny little video montage. Oh, I can't put my coffee on there. You're currently resting on a cardboard box. So I'm going to put my coffee down there and hopefully it doesn't spill into the bed. I'm going to put in a funny little video montage. The story of Anzac of this week. I will return. Hey guys, sorry about all the background noise. Normal here. So it is Sunday, May the, what the hell is that? 16th. Okay, and I've decided if I can get to 90% on Anzac, that's all I have left. I've got to fill in the Q-snap and I am finished, which is 19%. But if I can get to 90% by next Saturday, I'm going to start an Emma Congdon pattern, which I'm already kitted and ready to go for. So I'm just going to work out what I need to do. So it basically means, well, so the full pattern is 29,365 stitches, which makes, I'm going to try and do this looking through my viewfinder. So 1%, that's harder than it looks actually, drawing through a viewfinder. So 1% is 294 stitches. So 9% is, yes, I have a calculator open, is 2646 stitches. So we divide that into 5, so per day for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday I need to do, cheese toasties are ready, so I need to do 529.2, so I need to do 530 stitches a day. So, and there's the dinner bell. Welcome to our house. Sunday. I'm going to do some today just to, because I'm here. And each day, when I've done some stitches, I'm going to just vlog onto this, and hopefully my kids will be less crazy, and we'll see where we get to. So I need to do 530 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, but I am going to do some on Sunday. I'm going to do some now because I've got a bit of stitching time, but I'm not going to do very much today because I want to stitch on something else tonight. So I need to do 530 stitches a day to get to 90% by Saturday morning. Let's see if I can manage it. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye. So yesterday I managed 520. I was actually slightly behind. I wasn't quite at 81%. I was actually at 80.81%. So with my 520 stitches yesterday, that took me to 82.5. Today I've just done 550 stitches, which brings me to 84.4. So I'm on course because I've still got 4 days to go. And what I've done today, last night I picked up and did quite a bit of this. So today I've finished filling in, all of this sunburst is done. I just did him to use at the end of my thread, and I've put in my EB. I didn't do JL this time like I did on Anzac. This is Anzac like I did on the new normal. I've put my EB on, so I think bar some bits of backstitch here, because that's obviously a butterfly. This bit's mostly done. I think there's a bit of backstitch here as well. Anyway, so I've come down the side here. This is the outside of the bubble for New Zealand. I'm going to finish off the green along here, and then finish off the kiwi bird, and then I'm going to carry on the bubble there. That's tomorrow's job. I don't have a lot of stitching time tomorrow, so hopefully just get... Look at the paint on my finger. Look at this, actually. I've got a green finger. There was a hole in my glove at work. I've scrubbed it and scrubbed it, but it's yellow at the bottom and green at the top. I'm going to have to sort that out somehow. Looks kind of weird, doesn't it? I was making paint. Yeah, pigment powder. Interesting. It stained skin. Hi guys, it's actually Wednesday today. Yesterday was a bit of a long day for me, work-wise, so I only did 400 stitches. That's all the stitches I did yesterday, so, you know, 2,000 stitches a day. Not always, but I've got it to 85.76%, and what I did yesterday was, I think, most of this down here, this green here. I finished my kiwi bird, and I've come up the side here, and I did all this crab to there, and then this morning, while I was waiting to drop Austin at school, I've just done the back end of the turtle. Now the turtle goes in to the New Zealand bubble, which is here, but I'm doing the turtle in the green because he is on the outside and he is poking into the bubble. So like this guy, exactly like this guy here, he is on the outside and on the inside, but he's green. So turtle's going to be like this pelican in a top hat. There we go. Now to do some stitches for today. Hey guys, it's Thursday. I'm absolutely burst. I've done a very long shift today. I've only managed 332 stitches today, which takes me to 89.57. So tomorrow I only need to do 0.5% and I've reached my goal. And that brings me here. So I've basically just picked up and come round a little bit of this today. That's all I've done. Catch you tomorrow. Okay, so it's very late on Friday night. I've just had 3 hours on my Zoomy call, and I am at 93%. So I've busted my goal, and I'm also only 2,000. I've done 1,040 today. I'm also only 2,000 stitches off finishing. So that's where I am. I've finished. New Zealand is in. The two cormorants, this one is a fudge and that one is a fudge. I've had to fudge here because here is where all my counting errors are. This mess here. I've finished the turtle, and I've got a big great white shark to put in here, which I think I'm going to leave till last. So I'll keep you updated. I won't be filming my Flosstube until Monday afternoon now, because it's very late Friday night. I'm working tomorrow and I'm working on Sunday, so my Flosstube will be Monday. So let's see if I can get this done. Hi guys, so right, this is the very last bit of Anzac. So I thought I would film finishing it off. I've just got the inside of the mouth of the great white shark to do, which was the last bit I wanted to stitch on it. I've kind of left it till last. Now there is an enormous amount of fudging happened here. The pattern has been reproduced, but not quite as faithfully as perhaps it should have been, because yeah, I've made so many mistakes on this piece that it was just time to get it done. It really was. So I've pushed on. So this is me finishing it off, but I've got backstitch to go still, so there's still a lot of backstitch, so I will show it to you as a finished item, but we know there's backstitch to go as well. But these are the last few crosses. I decided on Friday night after our Zoom call that I was going to try and push for a finish, and basically I had 2,000 stitches to put in over 2 days, which would have been fine had I not been at work almost the whole time. So I'm just finishing this off. It's now Monday early afternoon. I'm just back from my job, 4 hours this morning, which is kind of nice. To have only done 4 hours was lovely. And yeah, just getting on with things. So I thought I'll finally do my Flosstube, which is now about a week and a half since I last did a Flosstube. So I thought I'd get on and do that. I've now got Eric creeping around. He doesn't realise that my camera is balanced on a box. And he's just being Eric. What have I done? That's that one. This is coming all the way down. That's what I've done. So to be able to record on my phone, of my pattern keepers on my phone, I've printed out just the shark on, I screenshot and took a picture of it, so I'm trying to work from a very, very enlarged picture of just this shark's mouth, which is just off to the side, so I'm just trying to get my bearings with it. Eric's now sitting on a piece of crinkly paper. So I'm ever so late on my Flosstube, and I'm sorry about that, but it happens sometimes. I've just been working. Such is life. What am I doing here? I just need to get nearer it, because I actually stitch realised I stitch with my face very, very close to my work, usually. Right, that's wrong. That's where it's meant to be. Right. I'm just putting into here, and I've also got it angled away from me so that it sits in the viewfinder better. Right, this one's going all the way up, so I should be able to manage this quite well. I just thought I'd do the last few stitches to camera. Yeah, so I've had a busy old week. I've worked every day and done all the normal running around and food shopping and picking up kids from this, and as well as working every day. And it's not all day every day, it's just there isn't a break from it. It is every day. Oh, Eric's on what we call a jiffy bag, the padded envelopes. It's got the bubble wrap inside them. He's sitting on a pile of those, which is what that awful crinkling noise in the background is. Oh, I've gone through my thread as well. This is going so well. I thought I'll get home, I'll film just this last little bit of the shark, put it on as a little stitch with me. So, yeah. Oh, I've not quite, you know, to film a Flosstube you've got to kind of get your brain in the right place so that you can just talk fluently. You kind of, I don't make notes, generally I don't make notes, and I just wing it, you know, I just start talking and it seems to come out. But I've not quite, because I'm just in from work and I'm still a bit blah, I'm still thinking about it, you know, and I'm not quite ready, as it were. It's quite funny actually to try and force myself to speak rather than just do a bit of quiet stitching, but I really wanted to just film this last little bit of him. So hopefully this afternoon I can start Live Gently, which is the Emma Congdon from her book, which is going to be my first start from her book, which I said last week I'd probably last Flosstube. It's not even last week anymore. I'd said I'd probably have started, and I haven't yet because I made the decision to finish Anzac, just because I kind of thought it was time. To get this out of the way and finished, and I'm wondering how I'm going to wash it, because I have used dinky dyes and printed fabric which clearly has printed around the edge no detergent, so I assume it's not colour fast, but it is quite grubby. So I'm thinking what I might do, and I'm not too sure about the dinky dyes. I don't know how colour fast they are. I'm sure I could find out, but I was wondering whether I just kind of give it a bit of a damp down and a bit of a swab with some paper towels. Has anybody needed to wash or just freshen up something stitched in dinky dyes before? If you have, please. I could do with a good method, because obviously I normally just dunk it into a plastic box with some shampoo or some woolite or whatever I've got lying around, so you know, something really very gentle, and pretty much wash it. I had to wash my temperature tree, but that was done in DMC and a gentle art, which bled dreadfully, but not onto the fabric, thankfully. Gentle art bled everywhere, and the water was brown and very frightening. And so I'm not too sure how we get on with dinky dyes. It's just, it feels to me like I've had it so long, I've been stitching on it for such a long time, that it just feels like it needs a little freshen up. Oh, here's his teeth, here they come, very nearly there. So we just need to have a little think about that. I'm going to get the back stitch on this done sooner rather than later. I left quilts for about 3 months before I finally did the back stitch on quilts. No idea why, I just moved on, as it were. So, and I apologise in advance, because you're going to see this before my Flosstube, for my ghastly thumb. I was yeah, I had a hole in my glove and got the most disgusting, you can actually see the line around my thumb where it was stained with kind of purpley brown paint, and it's under my thumbnail. Honestly, that is scrubbed with meths and all sorts. I've scrubbed it, and it's that's as good as it's going to come out, so I'm going to just try not to be flashing it at you too much, because it is not very pleasant, and it's going to take quite a few days to work its way out. I might even have to put nail varnish on to go to work tomorrow, because it looks horrible under your nail, down the side of your nail bed, which is right where you just can't scrub it out. So yeah, that wasn't brilliant. Luckily it's the underneath hand, but that was just today. Yeah, so had a nice quiet morning. I checked some sets of paints. Now when I check a set of paints, I get a box and it's full of all the colours that you need to paint. It's called a painting by numbers, but each colour paint has got its own little jar, little glass jar with its own little lid, and everything's labelled. And it's my job to mix and make the paint, and then when it's going out to an outwork painter to actually paint on the glass, which is what I used to do for this company, I open every jar, because it's resin based paint, it sticks. The jars get very sticky, the lids stick to the jars. You have to kind of break the sticky seal and give them a good shake up, and just basically check the colours correct, check it's the right viscosity, check there's enough in the jar to complete the number of prints the person's got to paint. You know, it's basically just making sure everything's good. So I did that for the paint sets that were going out. And then when a jar's too sticky to be reused, I just I clean them out, because it seems very wasteful to me to throw a perfectly good glass jar in the bin. But they don't clean with water because it's resin. It cleans with methylated spirits. And so I have a little system going, and that's what I was doing, and that's when my glove popped. So yeah, that made a bit of a mess of my thumb. And of course you don't know until you take your glove off that you've had a hole in your glove the whole time, and you've had it in this stuff, and it's now stained awfully yuck. I think I have 2 stitches left to go, possibly. No, I've got 2 stitches here. I've just got to do along there, so I need to do these 2 stitches here, and so I checked my paints, cleaned some jars, cut some lead, because our painted glass is then mounted in a little lead frame, which all comes as like straight pieces, which we then cut to size and then shape. So I cut some lead, had a big tidy up because it was ever so messy, and that was me. That was my morning done. So now I'm back. I'm going to fill my floss tube finally, and I have just finished Anzac. It's done, complete. Catch you in my floss tube. So you've just had a funny little stitch with me, and a funny little weird update video of a couple of seconds long from each day, and I am taking off the Q-snap, and I am taking off my thread drop, which turned out to be pretty amazing. I'm going to be reopening the Etsy shop tonight or tomorrow, so by the time this goes live the Etsy shop might be up and running. I haven't quite listed everything. These are listed. My needle minders to the most part are listed. Some of the wooden items are listed, but I've got quite a lot of other things. Robin has gone bananas making me little spindles. So, and they're spindles that you can mostly actually wind a hank of, you know, when you get your big hank of silks and stuff, and you've got tons and tons of it. Don't be like me and have like a ball of it here and a pile of it there and some rolled onto that. We've actually made some spools. They're very like these, but with thinner. This one will be being listed, but with thinner like shanks. I'm not too sure what this is called. Oh my goodness. There's a Diet Coke tin. I usually get rid of them before I film. I have 1 tin a day. That's my little treat. And that is a pot of Dreamies, and we will summon Eric's asleep in the sunshine, but I can summon Eric with that pot. They're like this, but with a thinner shank, so you can actually wind on a hank of silk. So yeah. Oh, I've got a whole pile of stuff that will be on. Anyway, it'll either be tonight or tomorrow I will reopen the shop, and please bear with me. I've got stuff to do. Still got stuff to list here, because I've just run out of time and energy. Here is Anzac. As you know, I've just finished the stitching. Oh my god, look at it. I haven't even looked at it. Isn't it wonderful? So I've just this second finished it, but I've still got quite a lot of backstitch. There's grass to put in here, there's fish all in here. I'll aim to have the backstitch done before my next floss tube, but here we are. Here is a very new finish, and I was musing on how I'm going to wash it. That is actually the best colour representation. I don't have my ring light on or anything today. It's just natural light coming in the window. That is the best representation of the colour of Anzac that I've picked, that I've got. So I used a 36 count even weave called Lilac Sky, and it's printed, so it's white on the back, and that is the colour it is. It's like clouds, but it's lilac, and I've never been able to see it on the camera before. That's the colour it is. It's so pretty. And I picked Down Under Blues, which is this navy blue, my monstrous merino that was spotty. Here he is. That's Down Under Blues, dinky dye. And I figured, and it's a much, see look, it's very bold navy blue, but when you're using one strand, it kind of goes a little washy, and it turns out sort of denim-y, almost like denim. It's beautiful. And I was going to do it all in Down Under Blues until I bought every hank that Lakeside Needlecraft had, and I realised I only had 3 of them, and I thought that's not going to be enough, so I got 3 hanks of Blue Grouper, another dinky dye, which is kind of green. That's its colour. The colour is amazing today. Kind of green, kind of into greeny blues. And there we are. Which I decided, and as I've reached the edges of the bubbles, I've decided which is and isn't which colour. So you see my turtle here, because he breached over, I did him in the green. I could have done him in the blue and had the blue coming out. And the only bits that are out of place is the vomiting horse. Here I did his flames. If it's a dragon, it looked like a horse, not a dragon to me. But if they're flames, I've did them in the blue just so that they could be seen clearly. And I've done my EB also in the blue. And the 2021 is also blue. Everything else, anyway, I've just this second finished it. I'm just looking at it for the first time on the screen there, and I love it. And I have now completed, apart from a little, I've mostly done the back stitches I've gone. You can see I still have a green thread on there to carry on with the back stitch. I've mostly done the back stitches I've gone. It's only been in this last week that I haven't been back stitching. So it's nearly done, and this will be my 3rd long dog that I have got to this point. And I have more finishes. This has been my week of it. I showed you, this is just on the pile. I showed you this one last week. This was my first May finish. So Anzac makes 2. I also pushed on through and finished the border of Happy Mr. Oliver. So this is finish number 3. I have backstitch to go on this as well, but this is what I wanted to do, was square off with the 3799, and now you can actually see that I did do some shading. There's a little bit of the shading here in a slightly different colour, just to help it pop a bit, and it's same round here as well. I just put a little bit of shading on it just to help it pop. So finish number 3, and then I have finish number 4, and I finished my letter E fairy, and there she is. I'm going to bring her up nice and close. There she is, Nora Corbett, beautiful, letter E mermaid. I keep saying fairy, she's a letter E mermaid, and there she is, all done, all beaded, all finished. And I basically raided my bead stash, found, so I've got shiny purple beads, and I've got matte purple beads, and I've got shiny, oh, I'd call that periwinkle blue. I've got shiny periwinkle blue beads and matte periwinkle blue beads, and those are the four colours of beads I picked. This is on a piece of linen that was pale green, and I scrunch dyed, just over dyed it ever so quickly with turquoise and green when I was doing a lot of other little bits and pieces. So she is finished. That is May finish number 4. So I've got 4 done and out of the way. Now I need some frames, of course. So I'm really pleased to have 4 out of the way, and I didn't start anything this week, but I will be starting probably this afternoon or tonight. I will be starting this. I just wanted Anzac. Live Gently Upon the Earth, which is in this book. Anyone who has this book and wants to join in, I'm going to stitch it with Jennifer because we think it's very apt for oil and gas industry, which I was part of and she is part of. So we thought this would be very, very apt. It's in this book. If anybody's got this book and we want to do a sale together, I'll come up with the hashtag and we'll do it together. Anybody wants to join us with that, but we'll be doing that together. I'm using all the called for DMC on 18 count silver sparkle Ada, and Jennifer is using she's picked a couple of over dyes, and she's doing hers on 11 count because it's going to be like a poster in her office and it's going to look epic. I think it's going to be 3 strands on 11 count, so it's going to like hit you in the face when you go in her office and it's going to look amazing. So we're going to start that probably this afternoon or tonight. But yeah, so what else did I touch this week? Mostly it's been an Anzac kind of week, but I did briefly put a few stitches into my sunflower cottage. Oh, there's my needle minder. I think most of my needle minders have arrived at their destinations. I still have 4 here, but they all have homes to go to. I just haven't posted them yet, but they will be. The last couple will be on their way very, very shortly. I still haven't posted the prizes from last week. I've been a bit behind. I've had a bit of a week, but I'm caught up to the last 4 needle minders and to post the prizes. So I'm caught up to there, but I got a little behind myself for a while there. So I put in some stitches on here. I put in a few of the colours in here. This is very confetti heavy. These little points on the twirly bits are quite confetti heavy. And I put in some colours in here, filling in around this heart here. And I put in, I think, some colours here. So I put in probably 500 or 600 stitches, but I did pick it up. I was desperate to have a go at this one. But now my Anzac's out of my way, I can go back to some of the pieces that are calling to me, like the mini sunflower cottage. And, oh, here. The only other thing that I know I've worked on for sure. Well, that was super fun. My device went full, and I went to clear off loads of space like I usually do, and turns out I've got my SD card that is full in, so I'm now recording on my phone, which I will then put the other SD card in and sort out later on. Anyway, the only other thing I've stitched on is my snow wizard, which is here. Oh, it's starting to look all right. So I've done at least 100 stitches for every day. Not every day, but some days I do 300 and some days I do 400 and some days I don't do any. Basically, it's evening out at 100 stitches a day. And yeah, there's the very top of it. And I'm really liking how that's looking. You can see the trees, you can see the little like silvery tips that are in the trees. And here is the silvery tips of the dragon, which are just shades of blue. All blue, 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 blue and blue. That's the lightest colour I've used so far. That one stitch there is really quite a light colour, and it was one stitch. And I checked the pattern, and all down here there isn't another stitch in that colour. There's more further down, but I was like, nah, I joined it on for one stitch. So that's where I am with that. This is on 14 count Ada. I'm using 2 strands because I like 2 strands on 14 count. It makes my stitching super easy. And it's going to be, it's 125 wide and it's 400 and something long, so it's going to be very long on my homemade little poly frame, which is just doing the job. It's just doing the job. So I really enjoy stitching on this, and I'm enjoying putting in a few stitches. I mean, I'm managing the 100 a day easily because it's most of the background is 820, So I put in all the other colours, little bits of other colours, and then it's just 820. I know it'll change as it gets further down, it'll change to somewhere else, but I'm nearly down to as far as I gridded to start with. So I need to draw on myself some new grid lines. So that's coming along really well. So I'm already doing quite well with that one. I'm really pleased with it. I'm really enjoying it. I have got a hankering for my bookshelf pieces though. They are starting to hanker at me. I want to get on with them. But I think that's pretty much my stitching content. I've mostly worked on Anzac and it's been hard work. So last week, after my big giveaway and all the comments and everything, I still have 2 people outstanding now. 2 people who haven't messaged me about their prizes. I will message you, and I think I can only comment on your comments, but I will do that now, and you've got until I film next time to get back to me for your prizes. I will rootle through. I haven't done it. Basically, I'll comment on your comment, and the people who have got in touch with me know who you are, and you know you've been in touch, and your prizes will be on their way this week sometime. And the other 2, please get in contact and I will send you yours. Otherwise, this time next Flosstube I will draw again. So I think because it was my 1000k giveaway, I had a lot of people watch and enter who don't normally watch me, so probably haven't even watched my last Flosstube. You know, they like entered a big competition, entered the competition. It wasn't a big, you know, competition, just some of my homemade stuff. Anyway, you know, they've watched just the one Flosstube and commented on that, and clearly haven't been back to see if they won or not. So I'll comment on your comment anyway, and if you have watched it and haven't contacted me, please do so I can post you something. As far as this little guy, this is my little dragon eye with the broken scale that I offered up last week. He's still a lovely needle minder. I just don't know how it happened. That is going to Dana. That's all your YouTube name is just Dana. So I will put that up here so that you can see, and please ping me somehow. Instagram is generally the best. I'm emily.brind on Instagram, so if you can find me on there, that's the best place. Otherwise, I will put my email down, but I'm hit and miss with my email. But anyway, this is yours, Dana. Dana, not sure. This is yours. And this week, it's just a little one this week. As I say, I've got myself in a bit of a behindy situation. I have got a little blue tit. This is wooden. It is a wooden form that I have painted with my hand to look like a blue tit, and then it has got the resin coating on it. So it's got that lovely shiny smooth with my standard needle minder backing there. So little blue tits up for grabs for next week. And if you want to win a little blue tit, just put the word bird is the word in a comment. I'll put bird here. We all know how bird is spelt, but leave me a little comment with bird and I'll do the random picker. But since the 1k has gone, there's not really enough to justify doing a random picker anyway. But pop the word bird in if you'd like to be entered in to win this little guy. And that's all my stitching content. Now going forwards into next week, I will be starting my Emma Congdon. I will be working on my other Emma Congdon. I will be working on Snow Wizard. And also I'm still chugging away. I would still like to get more progress on Gardenia. And I would like to get more progress on the Alice in Wonderland snow globe to match. Alice au Pays de Merveille, as she is called. You can get these as PDF downloads. However, I mean, I have a paper pattern, but you can get them as PDFs. and I would like to get more progress on them. And I think that's pretty much all I'm going to pump for next week. I might well pick up some other full coverage because I'm feeling the need for it. Plus we will have Long Dog Leap Day, so my Pilgrim's probably going to come out for a day or two, and that's really all I'm planning on doing. So I've got another standard week. No, I get Monday. We've got a bank holiday here in the UK. We've got what's called Spring Bank Holiday. Last day of May is May Bank Holiday. The Monday nearest the last day of May is Spring Bank Holiday, and I'm getting a day off. And I'm going to stitch all day. My last bank holiday was my last day off. I know some days I only work 4 hours, and technically that's really a day off, isn't it? Because it's not like working, but I leave the house, I take my kids to school, I go to work, I do my work, I drive home, I'm out of the house 6 hours. So it's not a full heavy day work like my 11-hour shift or my almost 12-hour shift on Saturday. 4 hours, I grant you, isn't very long, and I shouldn't be grumbling, and I'm not grumbling. I just don't get a lot of time to stitch, not like I did back when I did 30,000 stitches in January and 30,000 stitches in March. Those days have waved them goodbye. Anyway, guys, I hope you've had a lovely week getting on with all your stitching or whatever it is you've been doing, and it's been nice to catch up. I'm sorry I was a few days late. I will try and keep it to a week, but you know, life gets in the way. And if I don't feel like I've had enough progress, life really does get in the way, because I want to show you that I've done something. And I did get some finishes this week, and I finished Anzac. Woohoo! Long Dog out of the way. Woohoo! I'm going to pull out one of my other long dogs now, and I'm going to try not to start another one because I have got plenty. I've got Pilgrim, Pandemic, Opening Gambit, The New Normal. I've got the little tiddly one I'm doing on 28 count, which I can't remember the name of. What else am I doing? That might be all of them. Is that all of them? Count Your Blessings is the little one. I've got Anzac, done. I have got Red Riding Hood Snow Globe, done. I have got Happy Mr. Oliver, done. I have got E-Mermaid, done. I think one just fell on the floor. I don't know who just fell on the floor. And I've got tons of new starts I've not put on. I've got The New Normal. I've got Dilemma and Castles in the Air. Oh, I've got enough long dogs on the go. I've got Dilemma. I've got Castles in the Air, which are in my put away for the year. I've got The New Normal. I've got Count Your Blessings. I've got Pandemic. I've got Pilgrim. And I've got, which I can now put on this one, I have got Opening Gambit. So I'm going to put Opening Gambit. I'm going to tick off Anzac and put 24th of the 5th, 21. So I've ticked off Anzac. I'm going to turn it over. It says Opening Gambit. I'm going to pin that back on my board. An Opening Gambit. So I've still got lots of long dogs. I kind of want to do Spangled. I want to do Froth and Bubble. I want to do lots of them. I want to do lots of them. But I'm going to try and get another one finished before I start another one. I think that's fair. I don't have any more patterns. You see, I don't have stash patterns. I have some stash patterns, but my stash patterns tend to be started. I've got just a few. I have a whole book. I have a whole book of stash patterns, but mostly if I'm going to start something, if I like something and I buy it, I generally make a start rather than just keep it as a stash pattern. I generally make a start and then it's a whip. Anyway guys, I've blabbled long enough. By the time I've spliced all these little tiny bits of video together, it's probably going to be about the right length anyway. So I will catch you as and when, but hopefully not longer than a week. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you really soon guys, okay? Bye bye for now. Thanks for watching me. Bye bye.